These days, I do not go to cinema often, but when I discovered that I'll be able to watch the Chainsaw Man movie in a local theater, I just knew I had to do it. So, I did it, and that's what I'm going to tell you about. I am Neon Darkness, and you're watching Darcast Screentime, the show about movies, TV shows, anime, and everything you watch. So today, we'll be talking about Raise Arc. Tune in. Okay, so I want to bring some context. I did watch season 1 of the anime. I did not read the manga, so my entire experience with Chainsaw Man franchise is pretty much the anime, the single season of the anime that is out at the moment. And I love it. Chainsaw Man is one of my favorite anime. This show is just beautiful. Not just with this movie, especially with this movie, but with the season 1 as well. Studio Mappa, they didn't just raise the bar, they launched it to a space. That's how great of an anime it is. Like the amount of details that are in this show, and I talk about artistic stuff, like this style, the objects, and even some nuances and mundane scenes, the symbolism and everything else, but we're going to talk about that in detail in a minute. But for now, I just want to say that I love Chainsaw Man, the anime. I love the aesthetics, I love its cinematic look, and I mean, the show already looks cinematic enough, but they ended up making a full anime movie out of it, and that's kind of insane. But yeah, season 1 is amazing. I love the aesthetic, like the sheer look of all those bureau workers. They wear pretty much like a suit, but they rock some skater shoes with it. It's just insane, and this contrast is so stark, and it kinda describes the entirety of the anime, because Chainsaw Man is based on contrasts. It merges natural with supernatural, humans and demons, mundane and supernatural, and everything in between. It is just beautiful. Like, it kind of merges 300 IQ metaphors with these most stupid jokes you ever heard, and quote unquote boob references and boob jokes and everything else. And in this contrast, I'd say Chainsaw Man as a piece of art in general, and I talk about on-screen appearances of that franchise, so season 1 and movie, is pretty much avant-garde. And what I mean by that is this work of art, like this universe, it is very modern. It is meta-ironic. It is self-aware, and everything else. I would say that the target audience for this entire universe is mostly young adults, and it's mostly because young adults can relate to things happening in this universe the most. Because these people like me, we can still laugh on all the stupidity of Chainsaw Man and let all those silly jokes go through our head, and kind of give it a laugh and forget about it. But at the same time, we are mature enough to read all the meanings and metaphors and pretty much all the hidden messages that Chainsaw Man universe and its media might want to tell us. And it's kind of special in this regard. And this is one thing I really love about this franchise. But yeah, that's talking about Chainsaw Man in general. So let's talk about Raise the Ark specifically. And this movie is awesome. This movie is just amazing. I don't really know what I expected, even now, but I certainly did not expect what I got. It came as a surprise that this movie was as beautiful, as genius, as it was inherently stupid. Calling this movie a roller coaster wouldn't give it justice, not a single bit. Because I don't know, that's like a roller coaster built on a mountain or something. That's how insane this movie is. Like, the artwork is just gorgeous, it is beyond cinematic. All the characters I wanted to see, they very much present in this movie. Like, I've had this guess that Angel Devil would have like 30 seconds of screen time in this movie, and Angel Devil kind of ended up being kind of like one of the most important secondary characters in this movie, and it was great. It was great, honestly. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to spoil anything, I guess. At least I will try my best to do so. But yeah, I've just had such a good time with this movie. Like, the mood swings on Raise the Ark are just insane. 1 second, I be laughing, like be breaking into tears because of like how absurd things that happen on screen are, and like 5 minutes later, I'll be sitting like mouth open in awe of what I just saw. And the way the movie, everything seems kind of like more or less ordinary during the first half, but after like a certain scene in school, somewhere in the middle of the movie, like the entire movie just derails into abyss. And like from that second on, with the Shark Boy character, he's not actually called Shark Boy, I'm sorry, I forgot his name. I think it was like Pip or something. But I'm sorry, I think I'll continue to call him like this. So when the Shark Boy was like, oh my god, like this is her, and like he shouts the name, like at first I didn't even, it kind of like went over my ears. I was like, what did you say? But like a couple seconds later I realized it, and I was like, holy shit. And like the holy shitness never stopped after that moment. There were some of the most brutal and violent scenes I ever saw in the media, like they were in this movie, but at the same time, there were some silliest scenes you could ever come up with. Like, after that dramatic reveal, like, the next fight they're having, like, the soundtrack for that fight is some kind of, like, a new metal music. It sounds almost like I don't know, like a Linkin Park song or like a Limp Bizkit song. And it was just so hilarious. I've just had so much fun with this movie. That's what I'm saying. Like, every dramatic moment was always accompanied by some kind of absurdity going on at the same time. And the more dramatic movie became, the more laughs I've had as well. And it's just insane to think about this. I do not think there was any other movie that made me feel this way. Like, don't get me wrong, this movie is pure cinema. Like the message, the themes the movie touches, all the metaphors, all the scenes, all the shapes and ideas Resiarch touches. Those are all real stuff and some heavy stuff as well. Like the toxicity of this movie is just beyond any comprehension, and most of the people there, pretty much like aside from the main characters, they are just garbage. Like those people, they're really bad, and it kind of sad how like a character, like the main character of this franchise, at least for now, I don't know, just as I told you, like I haven't read the manga, but as far as I know, Denji is like the main character, and we kind of see the entire franchise through his perspective, and he didn't have a childhood, he didn't have the warmth of human relationship and all of that. So it's kind of sad seeing the cruelty of the world he was thrown into. And it's kind of sad to see that most of the people he meets, you know, he just ends up in those toxic relationships. And all those relationships, that, you know, they're like of different kinds and shapes. But in the end, everyone around him trying to take advantages of him, and that's kind of sad. But this movie, it was pretty unexpected that this movie touches on this subject, and if you're paying enough attention, you can almost see how Denji grows and how he realizes things, you know, how he starts to be able to maneuver around all this filth around him. And I'm not sure that I interpret it right, but the metaphor in the end, when I'll keep it vague. I'll just say that he uses chains, and the way he uses chains, it kind of shows that he has grown a little bit, that he is now in control, even just a little, but he's now in control, and it is kind of beautiful. Like the characters of this movie, they are great, like all of them. I didn't like some of them initially, but over the course of the movie, I just kind of fell in love with them. Angel Devil had like, I don't know, 30 seconds of screen time in season 1, in the last episode of season 1. And as I already said, it was a big surprise that Mappa gave him a lot more screen time in this movie. It was a pleasant surprise, and the amount of details we got on this character and the nature of those details. Like, Angel Devil is just such a great character. Shark Boy is a funny guy, and I mean both literally and figuratively speaking, because the movie introduces him pretty much immediately, but as I saw him initially, I saw him as an episode 1 Denji. So like, Denji is kind of stupid. It's not a secret at all. But it kind of feels like, you know, over the course of season 1, Denji gained some skills, gained social skills as well. Denji learned to not rely on others this much, and he learned a lot of lessons. But Shark Boy kinda, like, to me, it was episode 1 Denji, you know, this young and more stupid version of Denji. But over the course of the movie, I kind of fell in love with him. Like, he's just so funny, and like, he's such a fun character, and the way they end up working together, like him and Denji, and like how good of partners they are, it's great. It's just so fun. Like my fella, like I didn't go to this to the watch alone. There was a friend with me, accompanying me, and he was asking me like, "Why did you laugh at the, final showdown? I mean, almost final showdown, not the final, but if you know, you know." It's like, why did you laugh? And I just couldn't contain myself. Like some of those fight scenes. It's just as I said, like 1 second, I was bursting with laughs and everything else. Like, I almost, I almost was crying of laugh. And like 1 minute later, I was just like sitting there in awe of how ugly things are that happen on screen. I mean, morally ugly, or how beautiful the like that scene was. Like the entire second half of the movie it's pretty much like a non-stop action, and like every second of that action it's not just intentional, but it's just spectacular in a way I couldn't really put into words. It's hard to talk about this movie, especially, I mean, not spoiling anything, but it was just great. It was just great, I've never ever watched a movie that was so fun to watch, but there was, such a heavy work of art as well. Like the mood swings are just insane, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Resi Arc was beautiful in every possible sense of that word. I'm sorry. It is beautiful. It is ugly. It is filthy. It is mesmerizing. It is straight up fantastic. It's one of those things that, there's this kind of, let's say, games I like that are niche, sure, but I could have recommend those to pretty much everyone, or at least everyone from my age group or my hobbies. I mean, if you like games, if you play games on a regular basis, I could recommend you this project. But with the Resi Arc, this thing it's not easy to watch, because if you came for the laughs and everything else, I mean, sure, they're there, but the other 50% of the movie, they're just so heavy. They're so loaded with all those metaphors and with all the filth of this world that I couldn't recommend this movie to just anyone. And so guess I'm not going to. But if what I say sounds interesting, I guess you should give it a try. Because this movie is special. It was a great watch. It was a great movie. And I am so happy I gave it a shot and I paid my goddamn money to see it in a theater. It was absolutely worth it. Hey, I mean, I think it's still in the theaters, so if you have this opportunity, go give it a shot. Like, who knows? Maybe you'll fall in love with it. Maybe you'll hate it. There sure are chances of that happening as well. But I see this movie as a special thing. And as a thing I'll hold close to my heart. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's sad that we're going to have to wait another like 2 years or something for season 2 of the anime to release, but if it's going to be at least as good as season 1, I'm on it. I'm on board. I can absolutely give them the time they need. And I wish Studio Mappa and everyone that helps them best of luck with this project and with all the other projects. I mean, they're still doing Jujutsu Kaisen, as far as I'm aware, and the amount of projects and the scale of those projects, it's just insane to think about. So yeah, best of luck to Studio Mappa. Raise the Arc was amazing. I will absolutely give it a shot sometime later, because, you know, I watched it in a dub because it was, you know, a movie theater. But I absolutely want to give it another watch in Japanese dub. I absolutely want to do it. And I just know I'm going to have a great time with it. Maybe even better of a time. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I told you everything. If you like the words I'm saying here, consider giving this movie a shot, and consider pressing those buttons below as well. I mean, if you like it. I have a Twitch. There will be some links in the description. Links for my Twitch, links for my streaming schedule. Check it out if you're interested. I stream twice a week. And check out my other videos if you are interested as well. So that was Resi Arc, and I've been Neon Darkness. Thank you very much for sticking to me till the very end, and I'll see you around. Bye.